These are the five most severe mental health disorders that, as an addiction and mental health therapist, I believe are the most difficult to live with. Number five, killing more people than any other. First, obsessive compulsive disorder. OCD often starts in childhood with anxieties that spiral into paralyzing fears over unlikely scenarios with exaggerated consequences, often bordering on delusion. For example, the obsession over fear of germs and contamination, or that something really bad's going to happen if something isn't aligned in even numbers. Then you have compulsions, which are a behavior in attempts to relieve the anxiety, like constant hand washing or checking of the door locks. These take up more and more time and energy, with individuals feeling paralyzed and powerless. There is treatment, but it's quite intensive as you're gradually exposed to your fears so they desensitize. Then you have schizophrenia, a thought disorder characterized by psychosis, which is hallucinations, and delusions. Now, hallucinations are about the senses, seeing things that aren't there, hearing things that aren't there, or even feeling things that are not touching you. These can be really dangerous because you think you're hearing the voice of God telling you to do things that can get you in trouble, which leads to delusions, which are fixed beliefs that you believe despite the evidence and that you act on. And this often leads to paranoia because they believe the FBI is monitoring them even though they're not doing anything that interesting. Unfortunately, life becomes more and more difficult to live with as the disease progresses. Before there was antipsychotic medications, very frequently individuals would be institutionalized for life. Now, treatments are much better, though medications can often lead to severe side effects, but even those are getting better. And even in remission, those thoughts often loom, leaving individuals at risk for a break later. Then we have severe depression, where depressive disorders often land on a spectrum from mild to severely debilitating. These extreme iterations could lead to individuals unable to function in their day to day life. For example, they may not experience pleasure, known as dysphoria, for years or even decades. And sometimes, in its most severe forms, it could be quite physical, with something known as catatonia, where individuals feel like they can't even move or speak. And this persistent, unbearable pain could lead to really high unaliving rates. The top two have the highest death rates of any other disorder, so they're